Dear friends, we discussed in section 113, that is reference. Now we will go to 114 CPC. It tells about the review. Review means review, relook, look again, have a glance once again. That is nothing but review. So section 114 CPC and order 47 deal with the topic review. What is review? First of all, please remember, once the judgment is given, normally we cannot change the so-called judgment. That is the concept functus. I think it is rule of functus. Yes, functus officio. It becomes functus officio, means where the judge will cease to have control over the matter. That means the judgment cannot be changed, right? So, but this is an exception. Review means once again you will go through the judgment, you can change it. Normally, I have already told you while dealing with section 91 appeals. So, certain cases they are not appealable. What are they? The decisions given by the small causes court, or the decisions where 10,000 punishment is given, it is not appealable. So, in that cases, normally, or in other cases where even though appeal is not there, but persons may not be able to go for appeal, because for appeal you have to take copy, you have to consult another beautiful advocate, you have to pay him fees, so many things are there. So people who are not able to file the appeal, even though the appeal is a right, but certain people they may not be able to go for appeal. For such people, review is an option. Now let us know the definition of the review. Review means judicial re-examination of the decision by the same court. So the same court will re-examine the judgment given by them, and it can be decided in your favor. Suppose if the decree is passed, then by review the decree may be cancelled also. So you may be favored also in that. So for that purpose only you are going for the review. So in the famous case of State of Orissa versus Commissioner of Land Records and Settlement 1988, it has been clearly stated that the same court can re-examine the issue, right? Actually, this object or this concept is borrowed from the courts of equity, not courts of chancery. It is from the courts of equity from the London or from the UK courts. So the basic concept is human fallibility. After all, judges are also human beings. They are liable, they are fallible, they are liable to commit mistakes. Simple example I will tell you. Suppose if your advocate is giving bombarding arguments, so many, by filing so many judgments, copies, all these things, but the judge has not been concentrating on particular judgments, and he has lost track, because in the meantime some clerk comes and he asks for the signature, simply he will be signing them and sending them. This is a routine practice. So when he is not able to concentrate on the judgments on which you are relying, and simply he has given negative judgment to you, since he has not given a decree to you, then aggrieved by this. So even though there is a material portion, there is a material argument, there is a material substance in your arguments, he has not considered, so you can ask the judge to consider the same once again, to review the same once again. So a person aggrieved by a decree or order may apply for review. Right? Please remember, already I told you, review lies in the case where actually in small causes courts where no appeal. But even though there is appeal, but when people are not able to file the appeal, they can go for the so-called review. So when once again the review is ordered, you have to submit the arguments. At the time of arguments, you can emphasize on the particular judgments previously which were told, and then the judge may realize, he may reconcile, Arey Baba, I have forgotten to take into consideration of this judgment, his arguments. Okay, if you take into consideration of these arguments, definitely I can give the decree, or I can take away the case, like that. He can think, and once again he can pass the judgment in the reverse side also, right? That is the use of review. People who are not able to file the appeal, and cases in which no appeal is allowed, in such cases the review can be taken as a shade or as your effort, right? There are two cases, let us discuss. As stated in the case of Sitarama Shastri versus Sundaramma, I'm sorry. Sitarama Shastri versus Sundaramma in 1966, right? An application for review can be filed so long as appeal is not filed. This is important. You file the appeal and in the meantime if you want to take a chance for review, it will not be allowed, right? If you do not file the appeal, if you are not able to file the appeal, then only you have to go for the review. This is important point. However, please remember, if an appeal is prepared before the review, then the court will not entertain such application. Same thing is repeating, right? So, in the case of Gopabandhu Bishwal versus Krishna Chandra 1998. So, please remember, if you want to file review, then don't go for appeal. If you are able to go for appeal, it's okay, you need not go for the review. And secondly, in small causes court, you can go for the review, not appeal. So please remember, when you file the appeal, you can even in the pending stage, the appeal, it may take some more time to try the so-called appeal petition. In the meantime, you cannot go for review. If the court knows that you have already gone for appeal, it will not entertain. So please remember, review means review. Look again. Please look into once again. So please remember, this is based on the concept of human fallibility or human may error. Judge also may commit error, right? So it is just nothing, it is nothing but correction of the judgment by the same judge, right? Thank you very much.